Okay, we're recording. All right. Hi, guys. Thank you for coming to our Diamond Push Call. Leslie and I are very excited to lead it. I'm also a little nauseous. But we wanted to start off with just kind of sharing like why we wanted to do this, like why now? And honestly, the reason we're doing it now is because this is our goal. So we figured doing this training and putting it out there to the team, if we all work through it together, it would just hold everyone accountable, including ourselves. So I'm not a diamond coach, but that is my goal. So we figured we would do this training and hopefully it gets all of us to diamond together. Leslie, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, I actually achieved diamond 2 years ago and dropped rank and have not gotten back to diamond. And I've been slowly building my foundation back up the right way. And that's kind of what we want to talk about, is the right way to do this. It's, we want to find the right people to be on our team and make it stick and not have it go up and down. And that's, the tangible tips that we're going to give you.
So just to give you like an overview of our goals for this call, we're going to review quickly what an emerald is and what you need to do to be considered a diamond coach, some of the benefits of becoming a diamond coach, how to get there with some actionable tips, and then we're going to share some trainings and an action plan and some professional development ideas. So Leslie, do you want to share what exactly is a diamond coach? And I'll share my screen as you talk.
Yep. Totally.
Let me just make this bigger.
So just a review of Emerald. Emerald coaches have at least 2 other coaches under them. And that is the basic foundation for building a bigger team. And Jackie's going to share the graphic for how to become diamond. In order to be diamond, you need to have 100 PV, 100 volume, and you need to have 4 coaches on your right leg, 4 coaches on your left leg, and 1 coach on your right leg needs to be emerald, and 1 coach on your left leg needs to be emerald. So in the yellow section, it shows you kind of exactly how to do that. So they all need to be active, and that means they need to have, I'm totally forgetting what the active PV is for a regular coach. I think it's 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50. So all of those people need to have 50 PV, and you need to have 100 PV. So it is the way that I built it in the beginning was I had more than enough coaches, and then I have my mom on my left leg, and I added a couple coaches to her, and then I have my husband on my right leg, and I added a couple coaches to him. So all of the people are my coaches. They're not my mom's coaches. They're not Sam's coaches. They're all people that I know. My mom has no idea who any of these people are. But a lot of those girls were discount coaches, and they really weren't interested in the opportunity. And so that's why we want to show you how to really build it right. But that's structurally how you get to diamond. And then this sheet is really fun because you can print it out, have it in your binder. I want to print out 2 copies. I have an old one. I need to update it for my dream team. And then for the people that you actually have on your team. So fill in their names. They're part of your team and they're part of your diamond roadmap. And tell them what your goals are and show them that you have them on this diamond roadmap, and share with everybody what that looks like for you.
Stop share. Okay, I'm not sharing anymore, right? Okay, good. So we wanted to talk a little bit about what are the benefits of becoming a diamond coach. And Leslie and I were talking earlier, and when we talked about going emerald, and that call was awesome, it was like, I'm serious about this business. I'm here to build a team of people. And going emerald is that first step. But we talked about how going diamond means you are doing it. You are building a team of people and you are helping even more people by doing that, because the more coaches you have, the more people are getting enrolled in this opportunity, and your outreach is just so much bigger. You can only help so many people in your challenge group every single day, but the more coaches you enroll to do that, your reach gets bigger. So that's just, I mean, that was the main, we thought, benefit of becoming a Diamond Coach. And there are other monetary benefits that we'll quickly go over. Let me just pull it up so I make sure I have all the numbers right. So when you are an Emerald Coach, you know, you start earning team cycle bonuses, and you can earn $14 per cycle. As a Diamond Coach, you earn 18. So that might seem like a small amount, but if you're cycling a lot of times, that number adds up. As an Emerald Coach, they also, and Pam, please correct any of my wrong information if I do it. As an Emerald Coach, you can cap off at $250 a week with your cycle bonuses, but as you reach Diamond and higher, those numbers also get higher. So I think a Diamond Coach can cap off at $2,000 a week in cycle bonuses. So there are also monetary benefits of becoming a Diamond Coach. Some other things that are benefits are just mentorships and group trainings for when you become Diamond. It kind of opens up a little more opportunity. And the new leader conference, you need to be 1-star, but that's another great opportunity for when you become Diamond. Again, you have to be 1-star to do that, right? But it's like a stepping stone to get there.
Totally.
Did I miss anything, Leslie, on why to go Diamond?
I think that's awesome.
Thank you. So that's the basics of why to become Diamond, what it looks like. So really, I think most of us here are like, okay, well, what do you actually do to get there? So we wanted to share some tips, but I also wanted to share, we're gonna send you guys this document, and there is a great action plan to write in the Beachbody coach office that literally sets you up for 90 days. And it gives you actionable steps. I know that we've all been talking about going Diamond and talking about tracking our coach invites, but I find that I don't have like a concrete plan. How do I track if I'm doing enough work or where I'm falling short? So creating a plan, like a concrete plan of what you're gonna do, we think is key. So we're committing to doing that. We're committing to printing out this document, looking at what works for us and making our own plan. But we wanted to share some tips that go along with it. All right, so some of the tips that we came up for were coach like you're already a Diamond Coach. So what does that mean? That means show up as if you have this massive team. So if you were a Diamond Coach, you would be running team calls. When I listen to trainings of the top coaches, they talk about how they ran team calls when there was no one on their team. They showed up on their scheduled night. They recorded a team call just to get in the routine of doing it. I know that's something that's uncomfortable for me. But just showing up as if you were a Diamond Coach leading a team is just, I think, a really good step in actually becoming a Diamond Coach. Having a system in place for new coaches. This is something Leslie and I talked about as well. You know, when you onboard new coaches, and try to kind of piece together, okay, what are you going to do with those new coaches? Don't wait. Come up with your plan before you have any coaches. What you're going to do, what trainings you're going to send them, how often you're going to meet with them. That way, as people start signing up, you already have a plan in place.
And a lot of times your upline might have that ready to go, and you can just tweak it and personalize it for your coaches and make it yours.
I think you're up, Leslie.
Okay. What am I talking about? I'm just kidding.
The rest of your tips, you have a million.
So I feel like, should we dive into the sharing coaching or the other?
Yep, that was it.
So, sorry. If you want to share that screen, because I feel like that's got a lot of meat in it that people can look at. Meat. Very professional.
All right, let's see if I'm sharing it. Let's see. Does that work?
Awesome. Yeah. Ooh, there we go. Nice. So obviously we all can read, but I'm just going to go through because I feel like the training that we have linked in here, which again, we're going to send you guys, is amazing. Like she's really just to the point, and she just talks about really knowing who you're talking to, making sure that you're putting the business in your posts, not like you're constantly talking about like, join my team, join my team. Like you just want to show how it's helping your life and how you're helping other people. And then you have to call to action once in a while and say like, I'm having a sneak peek, I'm having something going on, or something is happening with my team, you know, check it out with me. And then she suggests, and I've kind of adapted this, you have one form where everything that you do and all your invites are leading to that one form, so that you can just collect their information, find out what they need, find out what they want, and then you can have a conversation with them. And then you have their email address and you can take it over to email rather than having it in the DMs. The next thing is to have some sort of sneak peek into coaching. It doesn't need to be fancy. It doesn't need to be anything outrageous, but you just need to say why it would be beneficial for them to be on your team and why it means so much to you. And if you look at Present Coaching, that little tab down there, there's 3 different videos that she suggests that you should have in your sneak peek or to send to people. And you know, it's really important to always know what your story is and why you started coaching. And she said that these are the questions that they ask the coaches on the National Wake Up Call. So if you've watched the National Wake Up Call and you see how they go through those, Sandy goes through those questions with the coaches, it's always like, well, how did you begin? How did you start coaching? Like, why, what does your day look like? What do you do? Like, how do you make it happen? And then at the end, like, how has this made your life different? Where are you now compared to where you were when you started? And I think that's really important for everybody to know, no matter how much money you're making or what you have been doing, because coaching has meant something to you. And for me, that's different. Like, it's my sanity. It's created a purpose in my life outside of being a mom. And I feel like each of you has a story like that. And that's going to connect with who your audience is at the beginning of sharing coaching. And I keep pointing at the paper. Sorry, I use my hand. So then all those people that were in your sneak peek, or maybe were interested, or, you know, maybe said that they wanted to pop in, so they're sitting there, you have to follow up with them. You have to talk to them. Maybe it's not the right time, but maybe a year from now, maybe 2 years from now, I forget how long it took Becky to sign up as a coach, but 3 years from now,
25 years.
25 years from now, they will be ready and you have already built that trust with them. But if you don't follow up with them, you'll never know. The next thing is to create an incentive when you're doing these sneak peeks or whatever it is that you're doing. And she said that you could even do it like in a messenger thread. Like, it doesn't have to be something formal or fancy. Create a date that you want them to sign up by and say that they're going to be getting a gift if they sign up by that date. And make it like a book, you know, a personal development book, which we'll share with you in a minute. And maybe some Shakeology or Energize or something like that, whatever you feel connected to give to somebody. Last thing on here is I couldn't quite find the personality test that she was talking about. So if you guys can, when you watch her video, let me know, because I'm just totally confused. But it was a branding personality test. And it really shows you how you personally deal with people, and that makes your connection with your team better. So I put that link as well as an anagram test, because I feel like that's all the rage right now. I don't know if you've seen that on Instagram. They're like everywhere. What anagram are you? What are you doing? And that just connects you to your people more by knowing what they need and what they like. And that's what this is all about, is creating a community and supporting each other. So yeah. I'm gonna stop talking.
No, it's great. And then we really wanted to end with PD, because you can print the tracker, you can come up with an action plan, you can invite 1,000 people a day to coaching, but if you don't believe you can lead a team, then it's not going to happen. Like mindset, we know, we listen to our PD, mindset is key. So believing that you can lead a call or believing that you can lead a team is the step. a major step into becoming a diamond coach and maintaining that status when you get there. So we wanted to share just some PD that we've either read or we other people have read that we just thought might be helpful in this journey. Oh, of course, I totally closed my, oh no, here it is. Melanie Mitro's podcast, all of them, they are business tips, but they are mindset tips as well, in my opinion. She just makes you feel like you can do it, regardless of where you are and what you know. So that was one of our major recommendations.
And they're short. They're short.
Yeah, she doesn't mess around. She gets to the point.
Yeah.
Audible, The Power of Vulnerability. That's Brene Brown, right? Her Audible.
Yeah.
Right. The Compound Effect, GoPro, First Steps to Wealth, Get Over Your Damn Self, You Are a Badass, and Miracle Equation. There are a million books. There are a million podcasts. Find something that works for you, but that's going to get you in the right mindset to do this.
Yeah, a lot of those were, sorry. A lot of those were from Beachbody Champions Elite 10 panels. So I pulled a lot of their recommendations, like Holly Hilliard's recommendations, and ladies of the like, that say that these are the books that really they have their team read. So now we're going to read them.
All right. Does anyone have any questions or just comments or want to share their goals for Going Diamond? We will share this in the team page. We want you to print out the roadmap and your plan, and start thinking about what you're going to do to reach whatever your goal is, whether it's Emerald, whether it's Diamond, whether it's Superstar Diamond. Make your plan, because on Saturday, when we get together for the team retreat, there's going to be a lot of time to talk to coaches, and you can really solidify your plan, get advice, and just make it.
I think a big tip too is when I first got to Diamond, I was so concerned with keeping all the people that I had as coaches active and worried about just those people. And I want to worry about those people because they put their trust in me, but I wasn't actively going out and making sure that I was connecting with the people that also still needed my help out there that hadn't started anything. So that's what your vision needs to be, is like looking at the bigger picture and realizing that people need to take action on their own and we can't do that for them. So if there's somebody that's just not ready to do it, that already signed up with you, then there's somebody out there that really needs your help that wants to take action. So always keep looking for people that need your help and that want to go somewhere and that want to work with you, because they're there. We just are trying to find them. And I think that's what we're trying to do here, is just help you find them. I'm trying to help myself do that.
Add anything as our Diamond coach on the call?
I was just trying to take notes as you guys were going with things to mention. And I do want to just at the end talk about the retreat for 2 seconds, because I already left a video about it. But and I wrote down time to build the action plan, and Jackie's right. So if you print out those documents for Saturday, after the inclusivity coach that we'll have, there's going to be a brainstorming activity, and then in small pods. And in the survey I'm going to put out for you to RSVP to that, my goal, or one of that, is to see where your goal is, so that you can be in pods with similarly goaled individuals. So you'll be able to work together at that time to help dial in your action plan. The second thing, and I talked to Brittany today, we had a one-on-one call to go over some things, and she was telling me that Facebook Rooms has been really good. So perhaps that's a space where you could do a sneak peek that's kind of more informal. You can just gather people into a room and make that simple. She said it was really successful. She's hosting a little workout in her challenge group using the room feature, so something to consider. And then on Leslie's last point, one of the things that they told me when I was in a 2-star or something training is that when you go diamond, you need to just keep focusing on going diamond again. So you don't worry about going 1-star, 2-star. I mean, those are wonderful goals, but you want to do those same activities. So hitting the goal is not like, yay, hand off the wheel. If it's something you want, you need to now start at the beginning of that action plan and do it again and keep doing that so that you don't become a shaky diamond, so that you're not dropping rank every couple of weeks, so that you have a few different emeralds on each side, and you have multiple coaches underneath, that if someone goes inactive or for hardship reasons has to delay a shipment or something, it's not going to be the end of your success. So you want to think about building on a concrete foundation rather than building on a house of cards. And the last thing I'll say to these points, because they talked in the very beginning about team cycle bonus, and this is something I mentioned to Brittany as well. You get to a place in your business where your team cycle bonus equals or exceeds the volume that you're bringing in. So imagine what your team volume might look like on a given week, and that's going to grow as your team grows because you're recruiting more people, you're bringing people in, so you have a larger customer base. So imagine as that grows, if that team cycle bonus grows to the point where most of my weeks, my team volume exceeds my personal volume. That doesn't mean I sit back and relax. I'm still reaching for Success Club. I'm still doing my stuff, but there is a really nice benefit to knowing that your hard work in building this team and fostering these relationships continues to trickle. And that's when you start to see that reward. So do understand it is, it's all related. It's all related to the actions that you take. But it's doable, it's achievable. And I've had diamond rank for over 2 years. I think it's dropped off once. And it's, it happens, but you just stay active and you stay building and you make it work. Now getting to 2-star and staying there, that's a different story, but let's all get to diamonds and we can do it. And it's fun. It's a good place to be. I will also say I've had a team page since the day I became a coach. Like maybe a week later, I started a team page and I've been putting people in it and content in it. And it's, I believe, one of the reasons why this has become an easier thing to maintain for me, because as Jackie pointed out, that culture of trying to be a leader has been there from the get-go. I haven't brought people in and then be like, okay, what do I do with you now? I'm constantly reflecting. Sorry, my toddler's yelling. I'm constantly reflecting and constantly finding ways and trying to be a better leader, but I'm not trying to be a leader. I created that leadership already, and now I just tweak it and build on it and continue to foster it. So you guys all have that capacity. I'll also say that in Tribe, and I'm sure in TFD there's some old videos as well, but in our units, there are past sneak peeks and past little videos that we've done. So if you have some interested coaches, you can do one or two things. You can go watch those videos and get some ideas of what to talk about, or you can share those videos. That's what they're there for. You can use that as a sneak peek, as a third-party tool, as Bob Heilig would say. He loves to recommend us to use third-party tools. So just something to consider. And real quick, I'll just mention the retreat, and then if anyone else has questions. I'm excited about this. I don't know, we're trying to get it done before the world starts to go back to normal, because it feels like things are starting to splinter out and become a little looser in certain areas. And so we wanted to grab everyone while we're still staying home. It's a decent part of the morning into the afternoon, but you can come for some, stay for all, pop in and out when it's appropriate for you. And I said this in the video, I'm not sure if you watched it, but I'm going to leave a lot of details out because I want you to go watch it, or else why did I have that video in the first place? But feel free to use that as a sneak peek as well. Invite a friend or a challenger to join you for part or all of that day. Maybe not the action step part, but for the inclusivity coach, for the workouts that we're doing, for our beginning kickoff and team building exercises. It could be really fun and a good way for them to get to know the culture and see that it's not just you and a bunch of faces on social media. It really is a team and a tribe that is here to support each other. But yeah, I did a live video in Tribe. I posted the recording in Team Fit Dynasty, so you should be able to see it. It wasn't that long, and I broke down the schedule. And tomorrow I'm going to post a place for you to RSVP to the different parts, so I know what to expect. Anybody have questions for me on diamond stuff? Because the girls did a great job. There's no reason.
One thing I forgot, or that we did not mention, I think we have it in the document, is that when you reach diamond rank, you need to hold that for 6 weeks to become lifetime diamond. And then you still continue to get, even if you drop rank, you still continue to get the benefits of you get a special email each month with Diamond updates. You get added to some different Facebook groups with different trainings and things like that. Just a few extras, even if you still are not up to Diamond again, you still get those, but you have to hold it for 6 weeks. And I think the ranks above as well, you need to hold them for 6 weeks.
And then your lifetime. So that's why I'm lifetime 2-star, but I'm a current Diamond rank. But when I go to Summit, when they have it, I get to register with the 2 stars. Like once you hit that lifetime status, that's the benefit you get, not the financial benefit, but all the other benefits exist, just not the payouts.
Right, your lifetime versus your paid rank.
Exactly. Yeah. It's, you know, just like the first time you sign a coach or first time you do share a cart, these types of things, when you do it, then you know it. So you'll know what all this stuff means once you start to accumulate it.
Did you say every level? So that does Emerald have to do 6 weeks too?
No, Emerald's immediate.
Just Diamond and above. Okay.
Emerald's immediate pending you're active. Like, because Christine Dumel on my team the other day, she had her Emerald coaches, but her Shakeology shipment was delayed because of COVID, and so it didn't count until that happened because she didn't have the PV, even though her order was placed. So it's the minute your PV is active and then those people are there, it happens. But everything else is the 6-week wait, and it's 6 weeks of holding strong. Like someone goes inactive, you restart. So yeah, it's tough. Other questions? Cool.
That was great. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you guys. That was awesome. Jackie, do you know how to stop the recording?
Do I just hit stop?
Yes.
Stop the recording.